Good morning, folks. I know it's been a while since I've done these. So we're going to do some butter swim biscuits. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm a Yankee who raced my behind down here to the south, and I could not make biscuits to save my life. Only thing I could make was pop biscuits, and you know you don't take a rock scientist to make no pop biscuits. But a friend of mine, David Ralston, gave me a recipe for what he called butter swim biscuits. And they are just easy as pie to make. It's ridiculous how easy they are. So we're gonna make us some butter swim biscuits. What you're gonna need today is you're gonna need flour, you're gonna need baking powder, you're gonna need sugar, salt, milk, and 1 stick of butter. Now you're gonna want a small square casserole dish. Hang on one second. You're gonna want something about like this little old square casserole dish. I got a stick of butter in there, which is really weird, isn't it? Yeah, we're gonna use that butter. They don't call it butter swim biscuits for nothing. We're gonna let that butter sit in there, and it's gonna have to completely melt out before we're able to put our ingredients in. Shouldn't be smoking that meth. No, I'm joking. All right, 2½ cups of flour. We can do flour. And if you've got your sifter, rock on, because sifters do great things. I never believed it until I started playing around cooking and being sick. Oh, well, that freaking sucks. Okay, well, when you're operating on a budget, sometimes things don't happen the way they're supposed to. All right, we got 2½ cups of flour. All right, 2½ cups of flour. Now, when I do this is just me. I put all of my ingredients into my sifter, so that not only am I sifting, but I'm also mixing. 2½ cups. Next thing we're going to need 4 tablespoons of baking powder, and that still blows my mind. 4 tablespoons, my God. 1. Somebody's running out of baking soda. 2. I hear you. 3. And 4. There's our baking soda, or baking powder. I'm sorry, that's always 1 tablespoon of sugar. We're going to get 1 tablespoon of sugar. We got that in there. And 2 teaspoons of salt. And 1. And 2. I'm sorry I look like such a rat, but I got up this morning wanting to have some eggs cooked with a little bit of bacon grease, and toast is great, but biscuits are bomb. So I decided, get your little lazy butt up and let's get this together. Let's see if we can do a little bit of adjusting here. Yeah, probably not. Oh well, we'll just have to do it up here. All right, we're gonna take it. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Sifter, bowl, put sifted shit in bowl. All right, I'm gonna sift all this out. You're fluffing your flour per se, and you're also mixing on top of that. I've been wanting to do some of this, but my goodness, you just hit a certain point where you just don't want to do much of nothing. And it's been cold, and you just have no motivation whatsoever. And the missus would say, what's changed? Okay, so we got all that shit done. Stuff. I'm sorry, I kind of have to watch my language. EZ told me I needed to stop cussing all the time. Oh, I need my cup measure. So now we're going to need 2 cups of milk. Hang on. Now, I don't know whether whole milk is going to do something different, or whether half and half, or heavy cream, or whatever. I'm not that big of a professional. I'm not even a little bit of a professional. All right, you got 1 cup. And 2 cups, all right. Now, we mix all this together and create a batter. Come here. Let's have a little fun. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is just keep mixing this up just like this. Don't need a whisk, don't need none of that crazy junk. You're just making batter. All you want is to smooth it out. And I'm telling you, first time I made these, I was like, holy smokes, this is like heaven. So as you can see, we just got plain old freaking plain Jane batter. And I always thought it weird, no eggs in it, which is really weird for me. But of course I have chicken, so everything's about eggs. Oh, I hear the beep beeps. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, what we've got here is our 4x4 casserole dish. And inside of it, we have 1 stick of melted butter. Now, there's our batter. I said that I don't use a whisk. Yeah, I lied. It was lumpy, so I used a whisk to get it smoothed out. All right, so we're going to dump this right in on top of the butter. Now, my wife would look at this and just cringe with all this butter. It's not very healthy. You are correct. It is not very healthy, but God dang, it tastes good. All right. So we have put all this batter in right on top of this butter. So the butter's up on top. And what I like to do is I take my little spatula and just cut me some real tiny make-believe lines. I'll show you in just a minute. All right, so what I did was I cut some lines. As you can see, this is what we've got right now. And we're going to take this bad boy and we're going to put it in the oven. Now the oven's been preheated at 450. We're going to let this cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. Keep an eye on it because you don't want to burn it, but you do want to get it nice and golden brown. So we're going to put this bad boy in. Always use your pot holders because that crap is hot. All right, we're going to put it on in there. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we get lucky. Be right back. Okay, so the smoke alarm has gone off, so that tells me it's time to eat. Yeah, that's my cooking rule. If the smoke alarm goes off, it's time to eat. Ironically, we just changed out our smoke alarms just recently. So we've got our 20-some minute, 25 minutes, and this is what we've got. We got a beautiful looking thing. Here's what we're looking at. Got the little lines there, they ain't real predominant, but the reason being is now you can take a knife and cut into them and divide up your biscuits really well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this sit for about 10-15 minutes. And the reason is we want this to go ahead and finish soaking up all the butter that's down in the bottom. Remember that whole stick of butter in the bottom of the thing. We're going to let that soak it all up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cook me a couple eggs and some bacon grease with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then we're going to have these biscuits on the side. See you in a bit.